Welcome back to Demon Souls. We are on World 4, back at the Adjudicator Archstone. I've got my sword repaired, and I'm ready to continue onward. Hopefully, we'll beat World 4 in this episode. That's the objective. I want to do it in under 15 minutes. Let's see if that's doable. Yeah, doing the speed run thing. And almost just ran off that cliff. And I fully expect that some of the other worlds are going to take me a lot longer than this one. Especially the swamp world, because I've never been able to do the swamp world without getting completely lost for some reason. Man, this guy's just having his way with me. Yeah, I really like being a battle mage. That's one of the things I like about the Elder Scrolls series, is that it's one of the few series where you can create a really legit battle mage type character. You know, just a really cool kind of mixture of different classes. But you can do that in the Souls series too, at least some of the Souls games. Not really Bloodborne. Bloodborne's not big on variety. But the other Souls games, generally, yes. And it can be pretty viable. Definitely enjoy it. This is probably the magiest battle mage I've ever played as, though, in the Souls series. This battle mage has pretty much all the tricks. I would say the battle mage types I've played as in the past have skewed more mage than battle. But this guy is primarily battle focused, with the mage aspect kind of supplementing that. Now it's worth noting that these creatures here are completely deadly. Obviously they gave me that death earlier. The eye beams that they fire do a massive amount of damage. Oh, there's another one. Okay, that was very bad. Did you see what just happened? There was a Reaper kind of hiding around the corner there, and it stabbed me in the back. Alright, so I just ran past where I was before, and I defeated the Reaper, the ambush Reaper that was laying in wait. What an asshole. So now that's all done. We're continuing on to a weird cavern full of slugs and flying energy bomb things. This cavern, you do not want to waste time in here. It looks pretty safe and tranquil and pretty, but it's full of death, as all these bodies kind of indicate. So you just want to kind of run through that as quick as you can. Man, I wish this game were less dark. I really do. Like, there comes a point where the darkness is actually actively detracting from the gameplay. Okay, I think there's a boss in here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to go ahead and buff just in case. Do I need a heal? I do need a heal. A small heal will be good. There we go. Okay, here we go. No boss. Are you serious? Wait, I think the boss is down here. Yeah, the boss is down there. Shoot, all my buffs are gonna wear off because of this cutscene. Let's dance, bro. Man, I love the way the camera just angles upward when you get knocked down so you can't see what you're doing. It's really obnoxious. Really, you're just gonna walk away? Okay, I'll just pelt you with arrows. How about that? Pelt you with some flame tosses. Oh shit. Flame toss does more damage than soul arrow. I didn't know that. Okay, I definitely need to heal. Yikes. Heal, heal, heal. Get shield out. Boom. Okay, here we go. My MP are pretty much out now anyway, so... It's pretty easy to stay behind this dude. Did I win? No, I didn't win. That's okay. That's okay. We can get him. Just need to be able to, you know, see what I'm doing. There we go. Whew. That guy was a tough customer. Even though I'm level 166, he was still a tough customer. He hits very hard. Okay, I definitely don't get this fight. I do not understand it. Wait, hold on, hold on. I just remembered something. There's something up here that you're supposed to do. This thing. You're supposed to do this. And then, wait, you're supposed to equip that. Hold on. Where is it? Storm Ruler. Here it is. You're supposed to equip the Storm Ruler. And then, oh, the sword is awesome looking. Look at that. And then you use that, I think, to defeat the boss. Yeah, so you use that to defeat the boss. Okay, so now all I have to do is line up with the boss like so. And then... I did nothing. I'm still not hurting it. Ooh, I finally landed a hit. It's a minor miracle. And this battle arena is littered with very good items, by the way. This is one of the areas where it's actually worth picking everything up. There are a lot of dummy items in this game for sure, but not in this area. that was a bizarre fight, to say the least. Again, though, I met my goal just about. My goal was 15 minutes to get through the rest of the world, and I believe I'm at 16 minutes right now. So yeah, not too shabby, and we're doing well. Here's the bad news, though. The Storm Ruler, this awesome sword that I just got, see this sweet attack that it does? It only does that attack in this particular room, I believe. So once I go back to the Nexus, it's just going to be a regular weapon. It's still cool, I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a regular weapon. So yeah, World 4, beaten. Question is, which world will I take on next? I've got a few options. Basically, I have to do either World 2, World 3, or World 5. And I cannot stand World 5. And I've played World 3 to death and find it to not be very fun as well. So I think World 2 will probably be the next one on tap. Go on to the balance beam here. So here is the Storm Ruler. As you can see, pretty much just a regular weapon. And under no circumstances can you fire giant force waves out of it. That is a thing of the past. It was only for that one fight. Alright, so we're doing World 2 next. I had to switch microphones, so I'm going to sound a little different here. Might be harder to hear me, I'm not sure. Had to use a lesser microphone, at least for the rest of this episode. Next episode, I can go back to using a decent microphone. And, matter of fact, I am going to use a better one in the next episode. So you'll be able to hear me a little better there. But anyway, Stonefang Tunnel, World 2. This is probably the easiest of the 5 worlds overall. I think this world was kind of designed to be done after World 1, because they're both much easier than the other 3. You know, I have to say I hate having to kill dogs in this game. There's only a couple spots in the whole game where it happens, where you have to like fight like wild dogs that attack you. There's like 2 spots in this world, and I think there's 1 in World 1. I just really don't like that, but it is what it is, you know. Just something I could do without. But anyway, yeah, I think that this world is probably the most newbie-friendly area in Demon Souls. Like, once you defeat the Phalanx and you get out of that first area, and you're faced with, like, the stage select, you don't know what to do, you've got all these options for where to go next. You really can't go wrong with this area. It's full of materials, which you can use to upgrade your weapons, your armor, your shield, anyway. But yeah, you can get all kinds of good stuff in Stonefang Tunnel, and it's fairly straightforward and linear, not too complicated, and yeah, the only real problem with this world is that the Flame Lurker boss near the end of the world is actually one of the toughest fights in the game. So yeah, there's that. But the rest of World 2 is, I think, hands down the easiest world in Demon Souls. So if the Flame Lurker wasn't in this world, I would say that this is definitely the first one that new players should do. Unfortunately, that fight is a real problem. So good news is you can still run this world to get upgrade materials, get experience, you know, all that stuff. Enemies here are pretty weak. They are weak against piercing, I believe, but don't quote me on that. Piercing weapons. And I'm using a slashing weapon because, you know, it's the best weapon I have, no matter what, because of the luck bonus, so I'm not too worried about it. But as a new player, you should bring like a piercer of some sort to this world. It does a lot more damage. The enemies in this game actually do have specific resistances to weapon types, and I feel like that's something that gets kind of overlooked a lot of the time with this game by new players. Like they'll pick a particular weapon that they really like, and they'll stick with that weapon. I mean, I do the same thing. But if you're having trouble with a particular section of Demon Souls, it can really help to switch up your weapons and use weapons that the enemies are weak to. Like an example of this would be World 4. Man, this thing is killing me here. There we go. Yeah, I'm a little distracted right now because I'm talking. World 4 is a perfect example of like weapon affinity and how useful it can be. Because in World 4 you have all these skeletons that are like really overpowered. Here's the other spot where you have to kill dogs. I hate this. Absolutely hate this. But yeah, so World 4 is a very challenging world for new players because there are these vicious skeletons and you have to fight them right from the beginning of the world. And they're overpowered. They're hard to dodge. You can't run away from them, really. And they can just shred new players. Absolutely shred them. So the thing that made a difference for me was when I realized that skeletons are weak against blunt weapons. So I brought a blunt weapon with me to World 4. You know, I brought a Morning Star, which is a really good blunt weapon, but it's found near the beginning of World 5, but it's a little hard to get. But even if all you have is just like a club from the first level, just a basic club, that also does really well against these skeletons of World 4. So you have these completely overpowered skeletons, but you're basically balancing it out by using a weapon that they're weak against. And that would be, you know, any blunt weapon. So that's a perfect example for how weapon affinities actually make a major difference in Demon Souls. You know, find out what particular enemy type is weak against if you're having trouble with it. And voila, you know what I mean? There are also these liches in World 4 that summon ghosts to attack you. And the liches themselves are extremely powerful. They hit very, very hard. And they can be a real challenge as well for new players. But what I discovered about the liches is that they're weak to fire. So if you bring a fire spell, even just the basic flame toss spell, which is like you can get it right at the beginning of the game if you want to, it does huge damage to these extremely overpowered liches and balances it out, makes them, you know, much less of an issue to deal with. So I just activate an elevator that goes back to the beginning of World 2 here, goes back to the campfire, or I guess Archstone in this game. They're not campfires until Dark Souls. But anyway, the elevator takes you all the way down to this room, which is where you can find the blacksmith. The blacksmith who can forge any weapon in the game, basically. He can upgrade all of your stuff. Really, really important character right here. And but the elevator also gives you a shortcut back to the beginning of the world. So if you die at this point, you don't have to replay the entirety of World 2 up to this point. You don't have to run all the way back to where you were. You can just take the elevator up, boom, and you're back up top. So that's one of the things I really like about the Souls series and Bloodborne is the world design and the way they use shortcuts and elevators and gates and things like that. Where somebody is screaming outside. They use these shortcuts to basically abbreviate the levels. You know, a lot of games just use checkpoints, where it's like, okay, you get to this point, checkpoint. You know, you can restart at that point in the level if you die. Souls games don't do that. They send you back to the beginning with the caveat that if you unlocked any shortcuts, you can go back to those shortcuts and use them to take a shortcut to some further point in the level. And I just find this so much more compelling than checkpoints, because it gives agency to the player to look for shortcuts and to remember where they are and remember where they go.
and just kind of keep a map in your head. And it gets you so much more involved in the game. You know, you're not a passive player like you are in so many other games. You're really taking an active role in your success or lack thereof, as it may be. In my case, a lot of lack thereof. Right here, you have to be careful because this guy right here hits very, very hard, and well, he's dead. But if you're playing the game normally and you're not like delightfully overpowered like I am here, these guys can really annihilate you before you even know what hit you. Especially in that room because there's a bunch of barrels in the way, keeping you from getting to the guy. Anyway, every time I hit a fog door, I think, okay, this is the boss, but it's not. So I don't remember which fog door is actually the boss. But boss of this level is the armor spider. Very impressive looking creature that you're going to see in a few seconds here, I think. But I don't think I've ever actually fought the armor spider correctly, which is kind of odd. Like, I think you're supposed to get in close and hit it in the mandibles, to like, I don't know. I don't know. I've seen videos of the fight where people are doing it completely differently from what I do, and it looks like they're doing the fight correctly. They're getting in there and they're dodging and ducking and weaving. Alright, here's the boss door. This is definitely the boss door. But what I do is I usually kind of snipe him from a distance with spells. Although I guess right now I can just run up and slash, because I'm so overpowered. But yeah, armor spider, look at that thing. Absolutely nuts. This thing is terrifying. But yeah, I like to just kind of stand back like this and just kind of snipe with my soul arrows. You can also hide on the sides of the room. You can hide behind the different corpses that are like wrapped up. They will block his fireballs. Let me maybe try to get in a little closer here. I'm just trying to get like a real good look at this thing because it's so impressive. My God. So yeah, Soul Arrow. Soul Arrow does a real number on him. And you can snipe him from pretty far away too. Alright, that's it for today. See you guys next time.